Let me explain for you folks at home what this is. This is velocity mode. This is looking at movement in the atmosphere. The reds are moving away from the radar, and the radar is over here at Jackson. You can see it right behind me where the sweeping arm is. The reds moving away from radar, the greens moving towards the radar, and it's this area where the greens and reds are coming together. That's where we are concerned for the potential of a tornado. It's this, and you can see we have that little notch in the radar reflectivity. That is a strong indicator that we have some type of rotation going on. I want to go to some video real quick from our Facebook page. We received this a little earlier in the day, and this is showing a ice jam. Now, this is what helped cause a lot of the flooding today. Notice the river and creek there completely jammed up with ice. The water backs up, and that's what causes the flooding. I was talking with some of my friends over at the Weather Service, and they said it's been since 1918 where we've had widespread ice jams like this in eastern Kentucky. But my main concern tomorrow, the flash flooding, and there's going to be two chances of it. One in the morning with that first round of storms. We'll see a break from about 9 o'clock through lunchtime into the early afternoon. And then tomorrow afternoon and evening, that second chance of severe weather. What I'm afraid of is this bow signature right here on the radar. It is a very strong indicator of very gusty winds. In fact, we have seen some reports of wind damage out of northern Pulaski County over towards Eubank along Highway 27. The thunderstorms in this cell could produce wind gusts 70 to 80 miles per hour. That's moving through Mount Vernon right now.
A rough morning, and unfortunately more bad weather could be on the way. A tornado watch just issued.
Yeah, the hits keep on coming, Steve, and we said yesterday this was going to be a busy day, and it's playing out just like we thought it would with the heavy rain. Now the storm threat coming in this evening. Let's get on over to Pinpoint Doppler.
Hikers. Well, we don't have to worry about volcanoes around here, but there's plenty of other things to worry about the next couple of days.
Just a little flooding, a little snow, a little ice. You know, we're dealing with everything but fire falling from the sky, it seems like. Starting to lose the daylight on our traffic cams, but you can see still snow covered. Folks, the plows are just going to have a hard time with this. You don't have to be out tonight. Just stay on in. And just let those road crews do their thing to try to get the roads in decent shape for the morning commute tomorrow.
A lot of moisture still to go, and even when the rain and snow ends, that doesn't mean that the rise is going to end. You still got a lot of water that's going to feed into those rivers.
That's right, Brandon. We had all the rain earlier today, all the snow melt from today and from the last couple of days. So all that water going to go into those tributaries, into those basins, and then drain out. Now, the worst of the flooding this morning going to be in our mountain counties.
Right.
Then it will transition as we go to the lower elevations tonight, Friday morning, and then eventually it'll flood on out and move on out. But in the meantime, we've still got a lot of high water to deal with. Folks, if you live in a flood-prone area, keep setting that alarm. Wake up every hour or two. Check those rivers. That's going to cause a problem. Notice all that warm air pushing off to the north with cold air still above it. A little collision of the air masses next week for most of the week, and that's going to put us into a very active pattern. That's going to allow several little areas of low pressure to develop and roll through the region. That means a lot of rain, and rain, warmer air, and melting snow may mean some water problems next week with the potential of some river flooding.
Shane, a triple threat coming really with flooding, snow, and ice, all possibility.
And it's going to cause a whole lot of problems. Let's take a look at some of the impacts we're expecting. As you said, there's three main factors in play. You have the heavy rain, which will lead to flooding. We have the snow and the ice. That comes tomorrow night into Thursday. I think the snow likely going to be a high impact event. Ice kind of a moderate impact. We're not expecting a lot, but enough to cause some problems. Flooding will likely commence tomorrow evening. The roads, they're going to be awful Thursday morning, friends. And power outages, a possibility, especially in locations where we see heavier snow and ice. All right, bottom line, tomorrow morning, it is going to be a soggy one. And temperature is actually going to fall through the morning. We'll start out in the mid to low 50s and then go into the lower 50s and upper 40s by 9 o'clock as that rain continues. So just be ready to deal with that. And the temperatures continue to head downhill into the weekend. 39 your high on Friday, 41 on Saturday. Finally, for what it seems like the first time this month, actually heading below average temperature-wise.
We're carrying the concert live here on WYMT. Couldn't ask for better weather.
Oh, it's perfect out here. Plenty of sunshine. The humidity's low. A nice little breeze. Breeze could be a little stronger right now. It is a little warm, but it's going to be a great night. And for most of us, it's going to be a dry night. Let's go to Pinpoint Doppler. A little bit of shower action down around the Cumberland Valley. But
That next line of storms is taking aim for eastern Kentucky, and it'll be here in about 2 hours in the northern part of our coverage area and work its way off to the south and the east. Now, for folks in Johnson County who are concerned about this line of storms, it's about 60 miles away now. It's looking like right around 6 o'clock is when this line will move in. So you have about an hour, hour and a half before that next line comes in to make preparations. Two little areas in play right now. Cold front coming in from the north with some serious Arctic air behind it, even colder than what we're seeing right now, and a low pressure coming out of the south. The two are about to come together. They're going to phase, is what we call it in the weather business. And as that happens, this is going to kick up a big time winter storm, and we are right in the sweet spot for the heaviest snows. Winter storm warning out for pretty much the entire state through late Monday and early Tuesday. This is the first time in a long time we've had that wide of a winter storm warning out.
Severe weather alert day, and Shane, the worst of it appears to be heading for us while we're trying to sleep tonight, and that's not good.
That's not good at all. In fact, going to be an early start to Christmas Eve, I think, for a lot of folks as they get woken up by these storms as they move in. Should start after 10 o'clock tonight. We'll go to Pinpoint Doppler, track those storms right now. The worst of the action still well off into western Kentucky. Here in eastern Kentucky, just a few light showers as we speak, but that rain is really going at a big clip back over towards Louisville. And those showers and thunderstorms are going to continue to work their way towards the mountains over the next few hours. You can see there's those storms back over towards Louisville, Madison, Indiana, down towards Owensboro. A lot of lightning with these storms. Over 487 lightning strikes within the last hour in the Ohio Valley. And that entire line will continue to push eastward over the next several hours. You can see just a little light rain right now here into the mountains. We remain under a slight risk for most of us of severe weather today, with an enhanced risk out in the Cumberland Valley. Once again, the main concerns: damaging winds, an isolated tornado, and that heavy rain threat. And that will stay with us for the next several hours.